Beautiful people, it's your boy Views on Sport. We are back with another video, and I'm very, very happy today. It's a day early, you know what I mean? But finally, you get me, we got the star, the watch along star, man, like T Chanzo Sports in the building. What are you telling me, my bro? You good today?
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. Thank you very much for having me on. Blessed to be on, making my debut on the show, man. And yeah, hopefully we can have a good show. Pick up everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys like up the thing. Make sure you subscribe to Views on Sport as well. And yeah, man, we got a lot to discuss this week, bro. Especially after that game. So yeah, I'm gassed.
Yeah, man. A lot to discuss. Like I said, man, thank you ever so much for coming on, man. Big things, man. Definitely appreciate that. And like I said, gang, if you don't know T Chanzo, the name will be in the description. Make sure you're going to show love, Playback Gang as well. Like all of his content and go and subscribe over there. So basically, it's Under the Lens. It's basically your show on my platform. I normally start and just ask every guest, you know, about their kind of first exposure to Arsenal, when you might have got into supporting the team, and maybe some of your kind of early memories of good things at the club, bro.
Yeah, man. So basically, when I was younger, bro, I didn't actually like football at all, you know. It's only up until I was like probably about 6 or 7. Like, I remember my brother tried to get me into like watching it, playing it. I was just like, nah, I'm not really interested in it at all. And it's only till I went to like, I think it was like primary school, where I had a best friend, big up Raj, man. He was an Arsenal fan, innit? And he was like, oh, I'm an Arsenal fan. You need to support Arsenal. Bearing in mind, I didn't know how good Arsenal were at the time. And I was just like, bro, I didn't like football, innit? So I was like, you know what? I'll support Arsenal, whatever. Boom, 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 boom. And then my first actual experience of watching Arsenal was actually the Arsenal versus Liverpool 2001 final, the FA Cup one. And this is the first time I watched a football game at all. So I'm watching the game, and Arsenal are battering Liverpool, beating them up. Should have had a penalty, all of that stuff. They go 1-0 up, obviously, Freddie Ljungberg. And then we end up losing the game. McAlowen coming on off the bench, scoring a Mazda, doing a double, a brace. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I was fascinated the fact that Arsenal dominated the game and we lost. I'm like, what is this for? How is this fair? So from that, I was hooked, bro. And it just so happened, bro, I was lucky, I was blessed that the next season we won the double in it. So I was like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. Yeah. And to be fair, bro, one of the things that did draw me to Arsenal as well, obviously, not just obviously Raj being my mate picking it, was, bro, the amount of black players at the time that Arsenal had. You're talking Thierry, Wiltord, Carnu, Vieira, obviously Cole Campbell. The rest, like, the majority of the team were black. So obviously, seen as a black guy, I'm thinking, you know what, I kind of resonate with it, because obviously when you're obviously a black person, you don't really see too many people on TV that look like you, innit, as a kid. So like that first off alone was something that drew obviously towards me for the team. But then, bro, after that, man, some of the football I used to see, like, it was crazy. Like, the fact that I was introduced to that, that's why obviously probably my standards and maybe yours as well is like our all-time high, because when you're introduced to that level of football, the passing, the play, so that was like peak Arsene Wenger, where, bro, the one touch, we were ripping teams apart, opening them up at will. And yeah, man, that double winning season was amazing, bro. Like the fact that we won the league unbeaten away from home was one thing at the time, was unheard of, obviously, during that time of the period, obviously, before we even did the Invincibles. But yeah, the play we had, the Bergkamps, the Thierrys, obviously Thierry, my favorite player of all time. Honestly, what a player, man. Yeah, that was what kind of drew me in even more, in it. So yeah, and then obviously after that we won the FA Cup the next season, should have won the league, and then obviously we had the unbeaten season, man, the year after that, which was amazing, bro. But yeah, there was some of like my first early memories, and then obviously watching the games on TV, it kind of just like resonated how good the team was, how other teams and other fans would speak about this team, saying, oh, some of the football is breathtaking. I remember obviously hearing Andy Gray and Martin Tyler back in the day waxing lyrical over Perez and Thierry, and bro, these players, I'm looking back at it now, these was like generational players. Like, these were unbelievable. The talent and the fact they were all playing together as well as the likes of Ashley Cole, Sol Campbell, etc. was just a sight to see. Looking back on it, like in hindsight, it's like, bro, what a team that was, man. Just we should have won more trophies. Thinking about it now, to be fair, the amount of obviously good players we had at the time, man. So yeah, obviously that's like my first like introduction to Arsenal. And then obviously we get past the Champions League final, which was obviously a heartbreak, of course, not winning it. I don't know how we didn't win it after that run, bro. We were unbelievable. That whole run, bro, when we beat Real Madrid, beat Juventus, beat Villarreal. We were 1-0 up in the final, man. Yeah, we're gutted, bro. Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. So yeah, and then after that, man, the Emirates era is kind of where it kind of goes a bit left in terms of like we were still playing good football, but we weren't winning anything. We weren't winning anything for a good while, man. Obviously, we went 9 years without a trophy. Yeah. And that's probably some of the dark days in terms of when I'm going into, like, obviously, secondary school, high school, or whatnot, where the team's good, but, bro, we're not winning anything. And then, on top of that, we're selling our best players to the likes of Man United, Manchester City. Do you know what I'm saying? Fabregas has to go to Barcelona, then comes back and then plays for Chelsea. So these are the things you have to deal with during this time. And we're selling our best players, and then the replacements we're getting, they're not good, man. They're not good replacements. Like, you're going down and down and down. We're getting like Denilson. We're getting like Bentner. Then, bro, the level is going slowly down. We were replacing Ashley Cole with Clichy and Gibbs. And then, bro, the level just go lower and lower and lower. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's when, obviously, during that time, I still obviously believed in Arsene Wenger for the simple fact that during this time, obviously, when I was first introduced to Arsenal, bro, we were like one of the best teams in Europe, and he was the guy behind it. So for me, I'm like, bro, I know this guy's still got it in him. Like, he just needs better players. Obviously, he's selling the players at the time during the fan match. I don't know if you remember. We weren't sure if it was Arsene Wenger not wanting to buy money, or if it was obviously the ownership that didn't want to spend the money. So it was kind of like to and fro there. So I still had a bit of belief. When we start to get people like Mesut Ozil and Sanchez and stuff like that, I thought, you know what, this could be an opportunity where we could really, really do something. But we always used to fall short, fall at the final hurdle. And I think the game for me that really turned, I thought, you know what, Arsene Wenger's not going to do it anymore, was the game against Manchester United. It was in 2016, I think. They had a Rashford that was just starting, 17-year-old. They had, I think it might have been David Blind in defense, Carrick in defense, Varela right back. They literally had like a makeshift team. We had our best team. We had Welbeck back. We had Sanchez, Ozil, Ramsey, Walcott. We had our best team, and we lost 3-2. And after that, I just thought, you know what, this guy, Arsene Wenger, he's not going to do it. Like, with our best team going to Old Trafford where we needed to win, I think if we would have won, we would have been like 2 or 3 points off Leicester at the time. So we were still in touching distance with them. But yeah, we lost that game, and I just thought, you know what, if you can't win the league when Leicester are going to win it, or no disrespect to them, because they deserve to win it in the end, then you're just never going to do it. You're never going to win a major again at the club. Yeah. And yeah, it was sad how it went out, man, to be fair, because obviously he's a legend, in it, and he did give us like my first like great memories in terms of winning titles, winning cups and stuff. So the fact that we had to hound him out and boot him out was obviously not ideal, but yeah, obviously phase happened. We got Unai Emery in, and yeah, for me, obviously, again, when he came in, I was obviously a bit optimistic, something a bit different, a bit refreshing than Arsene Wenger. And I feel like in hindsight, he probably didn't get the right amount of time and probably the authority compared to what you say to like Mikel Arteta. Then obviously that he should have done in terms of him wanting to sign Zaha. We got Pepe instead. He wanted to sign, I think, Nzonzi. Then we got Guendouzi instead. So there's a lot of players that he wanted to sign that we didn't really promise him that to follow up from. So I feel like he probably should have deserved a bit more time. And then we got linked with Arteta. And I'll be honest, bro, I didn't want him when he came in, bro. I just felt like, you know what, this guy's inexperienced. He's never managed before in his life. He's a coach at Manchester City. He's coming into a big job that needs a massive rebuild. And I was not convinced. The first 6 months when he won the FA Cup, I said, fair play. Bro, you won the FA Cup. I know a lot of people like kind of discredit because it was Emery's team. But for me, I'm like, you know what? You had to beat Man City and Chelsea in the final, and you did it. It was your tactics. You set up the team and you won the trophy. Fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? But after that, man, I just felt like there's loads of times he could have got sacked, bro. Like, you're talking about the fact we finished 8th the next season. We lost to Villarreal, Unai Emery's team, the year after, man. Lost the Europa League. We got knocked out by Nottingham Forest the year after that, who were in the Championship in the FA Cup. We bottled top 4. Spurs beat us to it when Conte was there as well. So there's a lot of seasons, man. That's 2-3 seasons in a row where you think you've kind of underachieved in every single season. And you've not really got the experience to back up or the longevity to say, you know what, you've done this an X amount of club here and there to really warrant that kind of process or that kind of faith in you long term. So obviously I was disappointed with obviously him actually staying, to be fair, during that time. And then the season that we challenged for the league the first time, obviously that was the first season I was like, oh, okay, I was impressed, because I'm like, that season I wasn't expecting us to do anything really. I mean, maybe challenge for the top 4 again, but the fact that we were the football we were playing was amazing. Zinchenko and Gabriel, I thought, came in, slotted in perfectly. They were fantastic. And, bro, we should have won the league. That's and that's where I feel like I am with Arteta, where he'll do some things and I'm like, you know what? I like that. You're on the right track. And then at the final hurdle, it just doesn't have enough to get over the line, innit? And that's the frustration when it comes to me and obviously Arteta. Like, I'm not going to sit and say he's obviously done it terrible and he's not done some good things at the club. I feel like the fact he's fixed our defense in terms of never going to a game thinking we're going to concede 4 or 5 goals. Where under Arsene Wenger and even sometimes Emery, I was worried against the big teams, man. You know, we've seen the 6-0s, the 8-2s, the 5-1s, all of that kind of stuff. So for me, I'm like, that's one thing he definitely has to improve, because I don't go into a game thinking we're going to get smashed. But then you look at the things where he definitely should have used people better. He definitely should have improved certain players better. Our attack is definitely declined since last season as well. So there's a lot of criticism for him this season, and you question some of his substitutions. The fact that in press conferences he's not always truthful. He says certain things and he never kind of backs it up with other things. So yeah, bro, I feel like there's reasons to question him, man. And the fact, the big one is obviously we've gone 5 years without winning any kind of silverware. And you look at other teams like Newcastle winning it this season, winning the League Cup. You look at Manchester United, they've been in the mud for the last, God knows how long. They've won 2 trophies in the last 2 years. So that's something that's definitely not acceptable, how he's been throwing away the cups year in, year out, going out to Man United, going out to Liverpool. But listen, we're still in the Champions League. Obviously, we could probably get onto that in a minute. But yeah, for me, in terms of, obviously, that's my period of being an Arsenal fan, the good times at the start, then the iffy times in the middle, and then obviously the bad times towards the finishing 8th and 15th at Christmas and stuff like that. But yeah, overall, bro, I feel like I'm a bit more optimistic now. Bert has come in. I feel like that's given maybe a bit of added pressure towards Arteta in terms of, bro, when he was with Edu, it just felt like a brethren thing. It just felt like them guys were in cahoots. No one was really going to question each other and put each other like under pressure. But with Berta, man, serious. He comes in the training ground. He's looking. He's not smiling. He's like, yeah, what are we doing here? We need to make sure that we come correct.
Yeah, we're going to get into
the board. We're already linked with Goncalves. We're already linked with Nico Williams. We're already linked with these big signings. And he's got a history of doing it at Atletico Madrid. So, bro, that kind of has up to my optimism in terms of, you know what, even if Arteta isn't the guy, I feel like Bert is going to be the guy to be like, you know what, you're not the guy. See you later. We're going to get someone in that's going to do what I need to do for me to be successful at the club, as well as the manager that's in charge in it. So, yeah, I feel that appointment's really like lifted my spirits, and we'll see what happens. Obviously, during this season, we're still obviously in a great position in the Champions League. But overall, bro, that's my kind of thoughts on the club, man.
Yeah, big up, man. One big air horn for man like T. Chan in the building. What's man talking about? Big tops, you know. Listen.